Hey, everybody, welcome back to Red Road Paranormal. I am Christina. I'm here with my lovely co-host Rez, and he's showing off his new do tonight. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
As we're
Gotta wear it down once in a while, let you know I still have long hair.
See, we did opposites because I put mine up and you put yours down. So, it's all cool.
Opposite, opposites attract. Can't be
Yep.
the same always.
Yeah, we're usually we're the other way around, and that's fun too. So,
All right.
yeah, y'all don't get to see how much gray is actually in my hair tonight. So, we're just gonna move on from that. But before we get going, remember to follow us by hitting the subscribe button and ringing that notification bell and sharing us everywhere. And with that, I pass it on over to Rez.
Everybody, your favorite Resnick. I want to introduce you to one of our newest friends, the Red Road family here. We have John from the Scalarious podcast. You might have seen me on there. This guy is freaking hilarious. Such a great
Oh,
time. So if you haven't checked him out yet, make sure you check him out. But John, take it away, my friend.
what's going on? That's how we usually start the
Yeah,
Scalarious show. But anyway, uh,
I'm a little more subtle, I guess.
We
um,
can turn it up a little bit,
well, I mean that's
Let me
good.
give you something to talk about here.
We could, yeah, I'm good. We could turn it down. We can mellow it out. Speaking of mellowing out, hold on, just 1 second. I don't know. You guys probably don't do this in your show, but in our show, uh, my co-host, who's not with us tonight. He usually drinks some sort of weird seltzer water or beer or something, I don't know, something fruity. Me personally, I always I always hit the THC drinks. And with that being said,
There you
there we
go.
go.
All right. Well, I don't have a THC drink to match you on that one. And unfortunately, I can't partake legally in this state, so I can't
Okay.
do any of the other stuff. But I will crack open a sun drop with you, which is my favorite
Oh,
drink. So again, like I always say, Twigs, hit me up. I need a sponsor.
the sun drop, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Actually what I'm drinking right now, and I don't know if I should even do this because I mean, let's just say this, it's an unpaid name drop for him.
Yeah.
Uh, I always thought I think this is really cool and kind of hoping, like knock on wood, that they get a hold of me for Scalarious or whatever else. But this is, and I know there are people out there that remember this, but uh, Ghostbusters. When the Ghostbusters came out, they had
Uh-huh.
Ecto Cooler, right?
Yep, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my THC beverage, the I guess the brewer that does this is Earl Giles out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. But they have Ecto Chiller,
Ooh,
and
Hmm.
it's dangerous because it legitimately tastes exactly like an Ecto Cooler, and I think it's like a 10 milligram can, which I mean, is fine on its own, but it tastes so good. You drink a few of them, and yeah, you're having a good night. But yeah, it's Earl Giles out of Minneapolis. Ecto Chiller. I don't know where you can find them if you wanted to, but uh,
I
yeah,
just got to come visit you, and then you can show me where to get it. So
yeah, absolutely. I'm
make
down.
sure we'll have to either come visit you or make sure we get to an event together, and we'll be back sipping them. And next thing you know, we'll remember the event.
Nah,
I,
oh no,
well,
it wouldn't be that bad.
I am double fisting it with an energy drink and tea.
Oh, there
Holy,
you go.
she is
Oh,
on
yeah.
one tonight, folks.
There
I've
you
never
go.
seen her with an energy drink in her hand. Oh my lord.
Yeah.
It's like triple the
She,
caffeine in that. Right? If you have
This is a
energy drink
lightweight one.
and
This one's only 80 milligrams of caffeine.
okay,
The one
all
I,
right,
and
the
about
one
a
that
thousand
I,
milligrams of sugar.
no, there's no sugar in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no sugar.
That's one of the healthy ones.
Probably well, it says healthy, but it probably has like sucralose or something in it.
yeah, it's probably not good.
Yeah,
There's stuff
probably not
that turns
good.
your brain to Swiss cheese after a long term.
I think so, but isn't that pretty much everything these days? So
Fair enough.
it's just a matter of when the holes start appearing, I think. I don't know.
True story.
All right.
Yeah, true story. All right. So, John, I want to hear about the paranormal stuff that you do.
Oh,
What,
we do. I
yeah.
mean, well, I used to be involved in a group, actually co-founded a group. Well, okay, I have to go back even further than that. So I got really big into the paranormal because I grew up in a haunted house, um, which terrified me when I was a kid. But as I grew older, obviously it, it wasn't that bad.
Right.
Um, but it was kind of weird because I moved out of that house and I moved into an apartment with my then wife, and there was paranormal activity there. Then we moved out of there, and then there wasn't anything for a long while. And then we moved into our first house, and that was the first time that anybody other than me had seen or witnessed anything. And so that was, I mean, in the house, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that was pretty cool. The first day we were there, we were moving in, and I went and put a box or whatever in our bedroom, which would have been our bedroom, and the closet door kind of creaked open. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And I wasn't even thinking anything of it. So I went and I shut it, and it was latched, right? And I went back out and I got another box that came back in, put the box down, and I heard the door like unlatch, opened up, and I was like, "Oh, that's really weird." And I shut it again, and then went back out, and it came back in, and it did it again. I was like, okay, that's weird." One time, all right, maybe if it's not level or whatever.
Right.
Another time, okay, not level and maybe whatever. But three times doing the exact same thing. And the third time when it opened like it wanted my attention. Like it was like, okay, because obviously if you're sitting there thinking about it, you know, uh it you're not like
You're
how do
not interacting with it. You're not giving it the
yeah,
attention it's looking for.
exactly. So therefore it just like pushed it open a little bit further. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah,
It
that's
said, "Look at me."
so I don't know. We were there for probably about 6 months before I started looking around for paranormal groups for me to get into, and I got into one, which was uh, Part, which was a division of Part, and Part was Des Moines, Iowa, Paranormal
Okay.
Advanced Research Team.
Okay.
And I'm not 100% sure if they're still around. If they are, like, hey, what's up, guys? If you're not, sorry. But uh, so we were part of that. And well, it was also a TAPS family member. So, you know, Jason and Grant and Steve and everybody were all like huge at that time. I suppose they're still huge, but they were huge at that time. And everybody became a TAPS family member. So they could spread their stuff out nationwide, and if they want to pick a case, they have a way in, like through their satellites essentially,
Right.
other than what the TV show is wanting them to do and stuff like that, things like Eastern State and Waverly and Stanley and stuff like that. But so we had to turn all of our evidence into like Dipart and or taps. uh we did it for a while, and then myself and Kelly Wilmot, who is actually on the Scalarious show. I can't remember what episode it was, but we did a two-part uh thing with her and myself and another person on our team at the time. And but we just got together and were like, hey, let's have our own group, and we called it Tri-State Paranormal Services. We were, you know, all over Iowa and Nebraska, South Dakota, stuff like that. And yeah, I did that for a long time, and always maintained my love for the paranormal, and all the new stuff that comes up is kind of cool. You know, like the REM pods and the
Yeah.
cat balls that wasn't around when I first started doing things. And
Same.
But now they got dog balls that we can
oh,
use.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they do.
How big that puppy is.
That's a big ball.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Anyway,
Lights up too. I got a pair of them, as every male should.
yeah, I have a pair too.
3 years are not detachable.
I-
And it'd be one hell of a trick if they lit up.
well,
Just
you
saying.
never know. I'm good at tricks. But
Oh,
yeah.
he's a magician and a comedian.
Oh no, not a magician at all. No, the only thing I can make disappear is crowds. You know,
All right.
so
Hey, I make food disappear.
oh, that too. Yeah, I could do that. I have my stake in that claim too.
All right.
But no, I always loved the paranormal, and life kind of went on, and things happened. I ended up getting a divorce in 2018 or something like that. Yeah, I was 18. I don't know why.
Woke up and got smart, huh?
I don't know. No, well, no. God bless her. She's the mother of my children. I'll never say anything horribly bad about her. But I yeah, things just didn't work out. We grew apart. We were dating and or married from the time we were like 17 years old until
Okay.
I turned 40. So you grow up and grow apart. That stuff happens.
Yep. I got 3 baby mamas. I get it.
Yeah, I understand.
One wife.
I have one baby mama. I think. If anybody has any other information out there, please let me know.
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
But no, I got divorced and I ended up moving from Iowa up to Owatonna, Minnesota, and Owatonna was a really cool place. When I first I got offered a job there, and I drove up. It was like a 3-hour drive or something. I drove up and saw the town. I was like, wow, it's a really cool town. It kind of reminded me of like a Stephen King type town, like it was a big city, but a small city, and everybody kind of knew everybody, but it had like, it looked like it had a dark past, like
Okay.
you could just see it and kind of like, okay, but come to find out later on, yeah, it does kind of have a dark past, but I moved into this apartment, which is a duplex, and again, things started happening. I'm like, "Whoa, okay," and I don't know, still love the paranormal, and again, life kind of moved on, and I talked to a comedian buddy of mine, DW Surine, and I was like, "Hey, you want to do a podcast?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then I said, a paranormal and comedy podcast? He goes, it'll never work. And I was like, why do you think that? He goes,
Right.
it'll never work. And he goes, the genres are way, way different, which I agree. I do agree to a point. The genres,
If you're in the paranormal, you're a freaking goofball. Most of us are. I can't count how many times we've all been cracking jokes and stuff behind the scenes or off camera or even on these podcasts.
right?
So it's not really that far apart, at least not from what I've seen the last few years.
Or even if we're doing a paranormal investigation that we're not filming,
Yeah.
like not trying to make a show out of it. There's always funny stuff going on and humor and yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
don't see
agree.
I don't see a big difference, I guess.
Well, maybe he was wrong about that one, which is ironic because he actually got a text message from him yesterday that he was like, because I made a mistake and I admitted to it. I was like, I'm sorry, I apologize,
Yeah.
because I regardless of what anybody may say or you think by my face, I am kind of a nice guy. But I was like, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Yeah, I apologize. And he messaged me back and he goes, we're not a couple, but based on that, you're always wrong. So I'd be the woman. I was like, yeah, I'd see it that way. Yes. So I mean, that's just our banter and everything. But no, he just didn't see it at first. And I got to be honest, first, if anybody goes back and listens to this, I mean, please do. I mean, to Scalarious, please do. I welcome it. We didn't really come into our own until probably, I'm going to say 7 or 8 episodes in. Our sixth one, our episode 6 was pretty good, but we had audio issues. We're still trying to find our way. We're still trying to figure out how to, whatever. So if you listen to the first 10, 15 episodes, you might not get too far into it. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you about that. But no, we caught on and just did well, and now we are, I don't know, depending on the numbered episodes versus things that we just throw out there, like we have a Ghostbusters episode because it was the 40th anniversary of the Ghostbusters, so we did a Ghostbusters watch along, which is kind of hilarious because all it is just me and him kind of commentating and eating snacks like during watching the thing. So think
That
Mystery
sounds
Science.
fun.
Yeah, think Mystery Science Theater 3000. You throw on Ghostbusters and watch along with us. Um and we throw out facts and stuff about the show. Uh we did a Ghosts of Disneyland episode, which was really awesome. That one was I'm gonna say, like, I hate saying this, but that one might be my favorite episode. And the only reason is because it has things in there that nobody knows. Like nobody. And the only reason that uh we got the guest, and the only reason that we know the information that was in that is because the guy that we interviewed, his dad was like really good friends with Walt Disney. So he knew the ins and outs of Disneyland as it was being built, and he knew the ins and outs of Walt Disney himself. And there's some stories in there that nobody would. I guarantee you. You know how they in Saving Mr. Banks, where they took out the part that he was a smoker. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
To save Disney's reputation or whatever. Yeah. there's stories in there that people are like, they'd never hear anywhere else other than that show. And
I'm gonna
that's,
have to check that out.
yeah,
Yep.
it's
No,
episode
Yeah.
24. If it goes to the,
now, if I remember correctly, isn't like the haunted mansion actually haunted?
yeah, it was
I
actually
think
talking about
there's,
that.
I think there's
And
a ghost in or two in there.
there's a few of them, and that's the really cool thing. And they kind of go into the how, and the how it's haunted, the why it's haunted, and it's pretty amazing. And there's a let's just say this: there's protocol at Disney um for certain things, and that's in that episode too. So
Yeah.
it'll blow your mind. It's amazing. I really, episode 24, Scalarious, goes to Disneyland. And if anybody like uh
That's
anybody wants
Disneyland in California, right?
Disneyland in California, yep,
Okay.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah. But the protocols go for Disney World too. But I don't know if Disney World is haunted. It might be. I have no idea. But Disneyland, um,
Uh, 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 uh.
it's been
I've been there and I'm
yeah.
a psychic medium.
Okay.
And I can tell you that the haunted house is not haunted, but the
Okay.
teacup ride is very haunted.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Oh,
took
wow.
my son there when he was 8 years old. And my dad lived down there, and my aunt and uncle actually worked at Disney World. So my aunt was, she was like head of housekeeping or something, and my uncle worked in maintenance. And so I got some inside information from them on Disney World. And my 8 year old son was kind of freaking out about, oh, we're going into the haunted house, and he was getting all weird about it. And I looked at him and said, "Look at me, look at me, look in my eyes. Haunted house, not haunted. If you want to see ghosts, you go to the teacup ride. And all of
That's
a sudden,
crazy.
like everybody within like 20 feet of me just stopped and looked. I was just trying to calm my kid down. But yeah, the teacup ride is haunted. I saw all kinds of spirits riding on that. Um,
That's
but
kind of fun.
yeah, yeah. But that
You get
haunted,
enough spirits spiraling around in a big gyro.
yeah,
Could it create a portal?
it might. I don't know. But yeah, that the haunted house there, because I checked it out. I mean, of course I did because I was there, and that was not haunted. But um, my aunt did tell me a story about they had a new hire in the housekeeping department, and she was told to go clean the haunted house. So she went in, and when my aunt went to inspect it, she had taken down all the fake cobwebs because she cleaned.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
So they had to go back and put up all the cobwebs again.
That's good. That's
But,
good.
but
You know,
no, yeah, it's being in Disney World, the older parts of Disney World, like the original parts of it, have paranormal activity. I don't know
I can
about the
see
other
that
parts.
maybe.
Yeah.
Because they're construction people. Well, in we, man, I don't want to spoil my episode if anybody goes back and listens to it, but I can pretty much guarantee you, um, and tell you why any and all of those
Hmm.
rides could be haunted.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's let's just say this. Uh People think that they're maybe releasing their family members, loved ones at the happiest place on earth, right?
Hmm.
no.
But like I
It's
There's
said,
not, it is not the happiest place.
like I said, there's protocols. Okay,
Yes.
so please go back and listen. I don't want to
Yeah.
tell anybody else about it,
Yeah.
but yeah, go listen
It's
to
time to go
Yeah.
drop Grandpa off at the happiest place on earth, guys.
Uh,
that.
yeah.
But if anybody wants to hear any and all the episodes, it's scalariouspod.buzzsprout.com, and you can hear all of them. And I love it. I love the
Awesome.
fact that you guys, would like to listen to it. And when
Yeah. I'd
peeps,
love
the
to.
peeps we're talking to.
Yeah.
So yeah, we me and DW, we make a pretty good show. I think. What
I
right?
think so.
All right.
I had the interaction with you guys. Chemistry is awesome. I had a blast. It was one of the funnest podcasts I've done in a while. Being a guest. So I can vibe and say, yeah, definitely, it's a good show.
Hell yeah.
But
Appreciate
back
it.
to this amusement park thing. How fun it would be to go around the nation and do paranormal investigations at amusement parks during the off season.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I think we'd get a lot of activity from all the energy that rushes through that park during
Hmm.
the open season,
Yeah.
not to mention the other reasons why it's there.
And see all of that, here I am putting on my paranormal cap.
Yeah.
Uh
Right.
all that and all that is, it is energy. And you
Yeah.
have all sorts of energy during, in an amusement park.
Yeah.
Right.
Happy kids, sad kids, scared kids, happy adults,
Frust-
bad adults.
frustrated adults.
Exactly. Mad
Right.
adults.
Drunk adults, depends on
Drunk
which
Drunk
adults.
park
adults
you're at.
sometimes. Yep, yeah. So I get it. It most definitely could be a fun thing. I think that would be, there, as a comedian, I am a comedian. There's things that I'd like to do, like have a comedy show in an old like video store. I think that'd be fun. Or have
Mhm.
a comedy show at like an arcade. I think that'd be fun too. Um, but as a paranormal investigator, there's stuff that I want to like hear about, investigate, all that stuff. Um, with different things. Like I kind of want to do um, like the obvious stuff, like a funeral home, or you know, um, even like amusement parks, or I I mean, I'm sure like racetracks, because
You
things happen,
know, I've been thinking about that too lately. So
Yeah.
I'm an automotive racing fan to heart. Grew up in the sport of drag racing. I watch NASCAR when I have time. I think them tracks would be very active. You
Because the
know,
energy. Yeah.
the energy and then the accidents
It's
that
so
they
different
have.
than like, you know, because of the energy, the accidents, and that creates more energy. And another fun one, movie theaters. You know,
Yep.
Oh,
not
yeah.
not old movie theaters. I'm talking active, like right now, movie
Yeah.
theaters. Um, there's a movie theater in um the town I'm from in Iowa that it was brand new. It was within like, and everybody's like, "Well, how could it be haunted? It's brand new." There's plenty of reasons why. There was other buildings there. There was other things there, and
The
plus,
Land,
on top of
land,
that,
the
the,
history.
the
the land
land.
before that,
Yeah.
exactly. So, um, but there was a movie theater, that- brand new, and then people were sitting in there watching. Within the last, it was like the Avengers or whatever else, and then activity was happening. Like the doors were opening and shutting, and so it was. I mean, it's really cool. Like when I say the doors, I mean like the emergency doors where you can't.
Okay.
They're not going to open and shut by themselves, but
Mm-hmm.
they
Yep.
were opening and shutting by themselves. Um, and stuff like that. People feeling like getting bumped and stuff in their seat when there's nobody around them. Pretty cool stuff. And yeah, again, movie theater, regular theater, concert hall,
Yep.
all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
all energy. So
Yeah.
all of them can be haunted. Most likely, some of them are. And yeah,
Well, the Eagles Club in Milwaukee is haunted. That's a big concert venue.
Yep.
And yeah, there's what is, do you know the legend? Like there's a chair that they have to leave in a certain place, and if somebody sits in it, that there's a problem. Or if they move it,
Don't
there's a
know.
problem. I used to know that story. I don't remember it anymore, but a lot of the bands and people who go to concerts have had paranormal activity there, have experienced it. Yeah.
that's awesome. They also have a hotel that all the like NBA and MLB players stay in, and like
Hmm.
every one of them are like, "That place haunted. I don't want to stay there."
Yeah, what
I
I
can't
know
remember,
which one that is too. I don't
I
remember.
can't
The
remember the name of it
Fister.
right. The
The
Fish. Yep,
Fister.
that's right. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep,
I was
Okay.
yep.
just say my brother-in-law's wedding was at that hotel. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah. So, yeah, well, Milwaukee is very haunted. A lot of people died building that city.
Yep.
So, a lot of construction workers in cement and basements and whatever.
A lot of
Cool.
extra mob activity also.
Oh, that too,
Yeah.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
I mean, it's right up. It's an hour from Chicago, so I mean,
Chicago mob came up here, yes.
yep,
Hmm.
yep.
They
So
branched
Yeah.
out.
I get it.
Yeah. All the way to northern Wisconsin.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, there's a lot of that goes on too. And Iowa, I'm going to be in Iowa. Are you going to be in Iowa, Rez?
No.
Are you going to paranormal what is it? The YMCA.
Oh, yeah, the Roadhouse. No, I'm not
Yeah.
going this year.
Oh, okay.
I opted
Where's
out.
that at? Is that on the
Pardon?
east side? East.
That would be east side. Rock Island,
Rock
Oh, okay.
Island.
right
Yeah.
on the border.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
I'll
cool.
be going to that one to
I was
this
on the
year.
other side. The very west side of
Okay.
Iowa. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
On the
Yeah.
border of I Nebraska and South Dakota. So people can figure it out. I'm not gonna say the
Hmm.
name. If I do that, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to like bleach my eyes and mouth or whatever. So I don't want to do
Don't
that.
want to do that.
You're gonna
No,
burst into flames because you said it.
no. I mean, whatever. It people know where it's at. I
Yeah.
guarantee you. If they look on a map.
So do
We
you
can
go to
figure it out.
events? Do you go to paranormal conferences and stuff?
I actually met Rez at a paranormal conference.
Okay.
Yep.
I met him at Pararock the Annex. I had a booth there.
Yep.
That was in Madison. In what,
Okay.
September, right? This last
No,
September.
August.
Was it August?
Yep.
Yeah, August 4th. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't remember if it was August 4th or September 4th, but it was August, right?
Yeah, it was August.
Yeah, 4th or 5th, whatever.
Yeah, it was before my birthday.
So yeah, I met him there.
Oh, cool.
I had a good time. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it didn't do as well as what it should have done. And what I mean by that is like people love that place. I mean, Dave Schrader was there.
Yeah, people dropped the ball and things got screwed up with that
Yeah.
event.
Yeah. So,
Not blaming anyone, not saying
no,
no names, but it had the potential to be an amazing event. Great little venue.
yep.
Had good people there. Aaron G. Thompson was there.
Aaron Thompson. Yep.
Dave was there. Diet was there.
Yep. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
She was on my show too.
Oh, you had Diet Renee on your show.
Cool.
Good
Yeah.
friend of ours.
Yeah, she's badass.
She is.
I liked her. She's cool.
Yep.
You're going to have this one on your show next.
Yeah. I'm happy to be a guest. Yeah.
Need her on your show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Book it up. I don't care. We'll do
Yeah.
that. I like
Awesome.
talking to anybody and everybody, especially like I had a shit. We did one a few weeks back that, I mean, yeah, she's into the paranormal. She has a group, but she had she's cool. She had she's a death enthusiast and a wet specimen collector.
Interesting.
What's a wet specimen collector?
Oh, well, like eyeballs.
Okay.
A tongue.
Okay.
You know, things.
I can handle that.
Like soaking in formaldehyde. You know, things like that.
You just don't want to know where my mind went right away. Okay, that's why I had to clarify. You know,
trust me.
I was thinking like aquatic animals.
Oh no,
that would have been okay if I would have went that way, but I didn't go that way.
No, mine didn't go that way at first either. I was like, okay, we need to talk about this. Right. And then when she brought it up, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense then. You know,
all right.
But no, I like talking. You know, honestly, psychics and mediums / I guess if you want, okay, it tend to be. I find it fascinating, and the only what I mean by that is, you know, like I don't know if I have gifts. Most people say that everybody does, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just can't tap into them. Well, I say this. I mean, I'm an anxious dude. That's why, you know, weed drinks. But I'm an anxious guy. But as long as I have been in paranormal, but eventually I'll be in paranormal because I'm going to haunt the hell out of people.
Oh, just wait.
But
I already got some ideas and things in the works for that. But
I get it. But as long as I've been around paranormal, don't you think if I had that gift, it'd be out? Like I would be showing it?
Not necessarily.
Because you're not necessarily working with it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
I know a book you can read to help.
See,
and a teacher that can help you.
Yeah.
That's why I say fascinating, right? Because you know, you hear from one side that they're like, oh, everybody has this gift. I'm not mocking. I'm saying like legitimately.
Yeah.
Everybody has this gift. But then I'm like, okay, if they have it, right? And I've been around the paranormal so much, don't you like? How come I'm not? You know, it's not showing.
Well, but I'm gonna jump in here, Rez. I'm going to say that you do have it, that you have experienced it, but you don't know how to label it.
It's a possibility.
There are different ways to experience paranormal activity, and it's not necessarily seeing and hearing. Sometimes you just get an idea that pops into your head, and you go, "Where did that come from?" That's a psychic ability. It's called claircognizance. Sometimes you'll smell something that you can't find the reason that you're smelling it. That's clairalience, and it's a psychic ability. So there's just different ways to experience it. And if you didn't know that, you would be experiencing it not knowing it.
Well, see, like now that kind of makes sense. You know, an idea popping in my head. I'm a creative guy. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not creative. Maybe ghosts will come and do stuff. I don't know.
I always give
your
spirit
guides
credit
working with you.
Yeah, I always give spirit credit for my creativity.
That makes sense. You know, when it comes to like smells, you notice I tapped on that. With that one, honestly, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
but most of the time, you know, like after my dad died, I smelled cigarette because he smoked Camels. And Camels had that, you know, that Turkish blend, baby.
Yeah,
you know,
my old man smoked Camel non-filters my entire life.
Yeah. So it has a distinct smell. A Camel cigarette, when lit and smoked, smells good. Like, you know what I mean? It smells
It's kind of almost had that pipe tobacco smell to
it
it.
kind of, in a way, I pipes are too strong.
Not as fruity like a pipe tobacco, but almost
Right.
that aroma,
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And
the
so it was very,
boldness.
very distinct. And I didn't smoke, and I'd smell it like
Mhm.
constantly for a while, but then
Yeah.
now not so much. But
It
yeah,
fades after a while.
yeah.
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 Talk
When I
about
smell cigarette smoke, I actually tell whoever's sending it to me, you got to find something else. I've known too many people who've died from smoking related illnesses. I can't narrow it down just from the smoke.
Oh,
yep.
that's pretty
You have to
awesome.
give me
I didn't know
something
you could do
else.
that. Like,
Yeah.
like, hey, no, I don't want that.
That's
Do
not working for me. Give me something else.
something else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
You talk about smells. I actually had an incident years ago when I was on a county vacation. I'm in the dorms there because I'm helping out in the kitchen. I'm laying there. Everyone in the dorm's passed out. I'm almost asleep, and I smell Pierre Cardin men's cologne. This is something I have not seen since the 80s. It was the exact cologne that my father wore. And as I smelt it, I felt like stubble on my cheek. My old man was the type of guy that shaves at 6 o'clock in the morning,
yeah.
and by dinner time, he had the stubble again.
Oh wow.
It just grew like a beast, you know. So I had that experience. So the smelling thing, they can come through and give you something to let you know they're there,
Hmm.
or to trigger a memory, or to kind of get you to think about something else.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm going to tell you about my dream. I love this. I have dreams, and in
Okay.
my dreams, they're very, very vivid. In those vivid dreams, I can control them. It's like, remember the Dream Warriors, the Nightmare on
I
Elm
Elm
Street
don't.
Dream
Street
Warriors.
3.
Yep, Nightmare on Elm Street 3. But no, I could control them, and it's kind of weird. Like in my dream, I'll be like, going around, and it's a dream or whatever, and I'm like, wait, no, this is a dream, and then like immediately turn it to something. It's crazy. So I could do that, but then there are times where my lovely queen consort, she gets upset with me because or not upset, but kind of worried because I do what she calls, and I'm doing the quote fingers, haunted wailing. Um, so basically, I just
Okay.
in my sleep, I'm like, or whatever, and she wakes me up. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm that in my dream, I know what it is. It's me trying to verbalize, it's trying to talk,
Hmm.
right? Um, or try to get somebody out of the way or something else. Like if it's like a longer whatever else, it's probably me uh trying to get that, whatever, like get out of the way. Um, but a lot of it has to do, and this is really crazy, a lot of it has to do with um a house
Hmm.
with a third floor, right? When I talk about third floor, I mean like above the attic. Kind of, it's weird,
Okay.
Kind
but
of like a double layer attic
yeah,
type
kind of
deal.
like that, right?
I lived
So
in a
then
house with one of them.
I so and in this dream, there was a ghost woman and two kids, and like it's almost like I'm trying to like reach out to them, like talk to them and be like, like whatever. And obviously that's where the haunted wailing comes in. I can't ever verbalize what I'm talking about, whatever.
Right.
But it's every single time. And I had a dream about them last night, and it was the first time in ever that my own son, when he was a kid, when he was littler, uh, was in that dream. And I thought that was really crazy. I woke up because she said, she kind of nudged me. She's like, "Hey, you're doing you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm fine. I was talking to my son." And she's like, "Okay." you know, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I have no idea what that's about, why that's a
Mm.
constant, But yeah,
Huh.
it's
When
crazy.
you can take control of your dreams, I mean, that's lucid dreaming, right? So that you
Yeah,
just,
that's what I do. Lucid.
yeah,
It's
lucid
always lucid.
dreaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, first thing I would do, say if I was dreaming in an incident like this, I'd be picking up the phone as soon as I wake up to check on the kid. Like,
No,
all
he was
right,
fine
now,
because I talked to. Excuse. I like. I don't mean to step on you. I talked to him this morning, um, like right after, because I wasn't
yeah,
thinking. It was a cool dream. Like he was playing with this ghost girl. You know what I mean?
right.
Like
Yeah.
they were little kids, and I come up the stairs and I see her like dart into a room, and he's like, "Oh, my friend," you know, like that, and then um, that's where we kind of like, the other level has her and the two kids or whatever. It's almost like it's kind of weird. You see the movie The Others
Hmm.
Yep.
with Nicole Kidman or whatever, like not exactly that. I'm not saying I'm dreaming about Nicole Kidman. I'm just saying that it's. I mean,
Well,
but
that would be
anyway,
a bad
so
dream.
I mean, it wouldn't be horrible, but I I don't know. It's weird. And if anybody can explain that to me, please, like reach out to me, baby. Reach out. Say
All
Josh.
right, Christina, take it away.
I am not a dream interpreter. I really am not good at that. That is just not my forte. Yeah.
I get it. There's
Yeah.
not.
I
I mean,
see. My questions are at that point was when he was younger, did he have an imaginary friend? And was that imaginary friend really this ghost that he's playing with? And now, because you're connected to that, are you seeing that now? Is the spirit a spirit that you encountered in one of the other homes that maybe is following you? Is it a guide? I'd be asking questions,
see,
but
I'd
I'd
be
be writing
interested,
this down in a journal every time I have it. I'd be
right?
documenting what changes and everything else.
I have it actually in a journal. It's funny you said that. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I journal them because they are so vivid, and I I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know why or how I dream the way I dream, but I do, and it's like a TV show every single time that I'm
I
in it.
wish, I
Yeah.
wish.
Yeah, mine are
I
not that clear.
personally, I don't dream. And if I do, it's maybe once or twice a year if I'm lucky. I can remember every moment of it, but it don't happen enough for me to even work talk about it. And I even had sleep studies done like, oh, you don't fall enough. You don't fall into REM sleep. When you hit REM, you're in it for like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and then you're up awake and you're at it. Away you go.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I don't know why it's been like that, but it's been like that probably before my parents died.
Hmm.
Wow. Yeah. See, like I don't get it. I've always dreamt like that my whole life. It's never been any different. So it's like what irritates me is it's like being awake when I'm sleeping. So
Yeah.
therefore, like then I wake up and I'm like, damn, I'm tired. Why am I tired? Because I've been going constantly.
Hmm.
like
Well,
you know,
that's like me. I wake up, I don't ever feel rested.
yeah, 24/7. If I'm dreaming lucidly, I mean,
Hmm.
I'm obviously my brain's working like consistently, like doing stuff. So yeah,
Have you ever tried astral traveling while you're dreaming? Run the state.
I think that would be badass. I actually came up. I don't know if it's same philosophy or not, but I actually brought this up to my kid. My son, he's now 17. He's gonna be 17. But we kind of touched on me and his mom's divorce a little bit. It wasn't bad. We just chatted about it,
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, man, I was like, buddy, I think I don't know, somewhere our timeline shifted and things just went wire. I think I time jumped, like timeline jumped. And he goes, that's not, he's 17,
Yeah.
which I understand. If I heard timeline jumped 4 years ago, even 4 years ago, I would have been like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, really? But I am I strongly believe that we have numerous timelines.
Oh, yeah, we sure do. I
And
100% agree with that.
we are going along incongruent with our other variants, if you want to throw it out there,
Mm-hmm.
of us. And
Yes.
I feel there are times in your life where you jump those timelines and
Absolutely.
you're in reality C
Mm-hmm.
instead of Earth 616. Yeah, here I threw a
Mm-hmm.
Marvel timeline in there.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, I mean that's fake. I'm not talking about that stuff. Like,
Right.
much as
No,
I,
but you're right about the multidimensional timelines
yeah,
because they're all over the place. And at this point, wow, like if you think we're not jumping timelines, holy cow, you are not paying attention, you
oh
know?
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I believe that 100%, and
Yeah.
I think like we have variants of ourselves
I keep
in those.
waiting to
Mhm.
wake up every morning to that timeline where I'm rich and living in a big house in the middle of the woods, and
You know, you actually have to do something to make that happen, right?
I'm trying. I visualize it, I feel it, I dream about it,
You
I try to
meditate on
manifest
it.
it.
Yeah.
I do all of it. Kind of just zone
Yeah.
out and picture it and how it feels
Yeah.
in the sun on my giant deck. How it's nice to go in my garage and which one am I going to take out today, the mud truck or the 68 Charger? Are we going off road or are we going racing type of thing?
There you go.
And
There you
then the
go.
other parts dreaming about, traveling across the country, doing paranormal investigations and hanging out and meeting our fans and our peoples out there and
Hmm.
going reservation hopping from each reservation across the country from coast to coast. So yeah, I'm trying to manifest it.
Putting that energy into it. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I am going to take a little bit of a break here and do an ad that I promised to do for somebody. So here we go. I'm just going to read it because I don't know how to put an ad together. Straight up. I'm just saying. All right. So this is for the Wisconsin Cryptid Anomalies and Paranormal Convention, and that is taking place in Appleton, Wisconsin, May 9th, 10th, and 11th, and that is at the Doubletree by Hilton on Nicolay Road. And let's see. So, Rez, you have some information on this, which I'm going to tag you in a minute. But Friday night, there's a VIP dinner and Bigfoot hike in Rock County. No, that's not Rock County. That's Outagamie
O'Connell.
County. It's Outagamie County there. So, um, let's see.
No, I
The
believe we're going to O'Connell County for the hike.
You're going to Oconto County for the hike. Okay.
I
So
believe so.
Saturday is a convention, speakers, vendors, psychics, a gallery reading, and more. And on Sunday, there are paranormal investigations. We got some great guests here, including Stacy Brown Jr., Miranda Young, Scott and Hannah Violet. I don't know how to pronounce it. Violet. Chad Lewis, Angela Zabel, uh, Barnaby, Keg, Rick, and Barbara from CAPS. And Rez is going to be there. He'll be taking your tickets at the door.
Yep.
I am a sponsor for this event, and I will be there doing psychic readings.
Yep.
Nice.
Now, see, you have to go through all that because I was going to get to it anyways. I've been plugging it on every show I've been on.
I promise, Barnaby.
Yeah, see, my own team leader talks to you more than he does to me.
Well, that's because I reached out.
Well, if we're going to be plugging people,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's also something else we got to plug that's coming up here in July.
Yes.
Paranormal
Paranormal
Rockdown,
Rockdown.
Hey,
Broadhead Manor.
Yeah. You going to
Hey,
be
what?
there?
where's that at?
Broadhead, Wisconsin.
Okay, so I'm friends with, we're gonna do a little
Start
Facebook
dropping some names
name,
on who do you know?
Facebook name drop on here, but no, I'm friends with Paranormal Rockdown on the old book face, and I feel like that place it's gonna be kick ass. No, I'm not going. I
And
haven't.
why not?
I don't. I don't know. I was thinking about it. There's sidebar here. I'll
Mhm.
just tell you a little thing. I feel that myself and the Dubs, DW, my co-host, would do really awesome stuff at all of these conventions.
Mhm.
And we're just trying to get a little bit of a momentum wave behind us,
Mhm.
and be able to go and do like road shows with doing a live episode of a live Scalarious, and then
Mhm.
maybe do our comedy sets or whatever, because I have a couple paranormal jokes. DW has zero, and it makes sense because DW is the skeptic. He thinks everybody's horseshit, and me, I'm obviously I've had stuff happen. So,
Mhm.
um, but I would love to go to Broadhead, and about every other paranormal convention, because I just want um I want Scalarius out there in the paranormal world, obviously,
Mhm.
and just the general public, because I feel it's a fun podcast that we go everywhere. It's not. I mean, yeah, there's a lot. The meat is paranormal,
Mhm.
but I'm a Gen Xer, so I watched some fun movies,
Mhm.
back in the day. So those we have references to that. I mean, obviously, 15 minutes ago, we referenced Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. So you never
Yeah.
know where the episodes are going to go with Scalarius, and I
Right.
want all that stuff. Uh, I want everybody to get in, start listening, and then maybe there's a possibility that these big paranormal conventions will ring us up and be like, "Hey, come hang out with us."
That's
You
the
know,
goal for all of us, I think.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
that's true.
you gotta get in there and be a vendor first.
Mhm.
You gotta get your
Yeah,
name
that's
out
true.
there. You know, she's been doing this 20 plus years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, and she's
Mhm.
getting the recognition now that she deserves.
Yeah,
yeah.
Takes time, but she's been pounding them doors and clocking them miles for all them years to get to
dude,
where she is now.
I'm working on my taxes this week and I added up all my miles from last year. Wait, I got it right here, right here. Hold on. It is 22,278 miles I drove last year,
At
going
50 cents a mile, baby.
going
Wow.
just going to events and back. Yeah.
You
So,
know, uh, I was gonna say
yeah.
that's impressive. My uh, miles on my car are horrible, like 40 and 50,000, like in a month. It could
Hmm.
be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do a lot of miles. I mean, it's like the guys at the oil change place are like, "Hey, you're 3 days late." Yeah, because I'm in there every month getting
uh,
my oil changed. So, yeah. It's,
Wow,
yeah.
that's
And I love doing it or I wouldn't be doing it, you know? I
yeah. I get you
love
100%.
I love the road life. I love traveling. I really love just traveling by myself because it's me, the road, and the windshield. I hardly ever even turn on music,
and
unless I need
see,
to stay awake. Then it
see,
has to be
I
something I can sing to.
I need the music so I can sing along and kind of just zone out. That's my meditation time.
Yeah.
Behind the wheel, listening to music, letting everything go, and just seeing the road and what's in front of me.
Yeah, that's
See,
why I don't turn the music on. Sorry, go ahead, John.
no, I was gonna say, see, I do that.
Yeah.
I turn on music and I zone out, but it's
Hmm.
mostly the Doors or Pink Floyd.
Hmm.
So
Right? Yeah, I get that. But, pretty much any music that I like, 'cause I like a huge, wide bass. You could have anything from Ray Charles on my player up to Metallica, Megadeth, freaking Jim Croce to
oh yeah,
Tupac and Snoop.
nice.
You
Yeah.
never know what I'm in the mood for. Even Jelly Roll, before he made it big, I was jamming him back in the rap days, the trap house days.
Yeah, he uh he made it big, all right.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. For me, it's the 80s music that I grew up with, because then it's like I know the words, I can sing along.
Sweet dreams are made of these.
Hey, there you
Who
go.
am I
Are you
to
starting a new career right
disagree?
here?
Watch out, baby.
I
Never
love
Marilyn
know.
it.
Manson's version's better.
Which
Maryland's,
version?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Marilyn Manson's version of that. I
oh,
thought,
okay.
honestly, Christina, I thought you were gonna say 70s music because there was like a little bit ago you were like, I like to drive. I like to and then all I could yeah, I thought you were gonna be like, I like to boogie around. Yeah. I don't know.
70s is cool too, but I'm more into the 80s and 90s. That's more my jam. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I like the 60s and 70s psychedelic rock.
Hmm.
Um, always have. I
Yeah.
feel a free mind is the best mind because
Yeah.
if you get it all clogged up, you know,
They're no
it's
good for anybody.
no, your mind is literally your worst enemy. Every
Yeah.
with every inch, that you take.
Yeah. It sure can be.
But yeah, no, I love that stuff. But then he said Jim Croce. I love Jim
Hmm.
Croce.
Me too.
And yeah, Credence, Led
Hmm.
Yup.
Zeppelin. Yeah. But then you go, and I'm kind of a grunge guy. So Alice in
Alice in
Chains.
Chains, yup.
Um, obviously you can throw on some Nirvana.
Hmm.
But you
Just the
know,
one album.
yep,
The original, the first
yep.
one. Drown
Um,
the Baby. Let's go.
uh, so fun fact, don't know if you knew that, or this, that Nirvana's In Utero was recorded. I'm Twin Cities based. I
Hmm.
uh, live in St. Paul, Minnesota. But In Utero was recorded about, I think it's 15 minutes south of us in
Okay.
Cannon Falls, Minnesota, a place called Pachyderm Records.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm familiar with that.
yeah, kind of a cool thing thinking about this that Kurt Cobain and Chris Novoselic and Dave Grohl were just, oh, and Pat Smear at that point too. We're all just hanging around in Cannon Falls, Minnesota for a time being.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. So we're
Right.
kind of wrapping it up here. How do people get a hold of you if they want to book you at a conference or be a guest on your show or
Wow,
yeah.
this is fun because I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna
Mhm.
do the thing that I do on uh, on our show, if that's okay.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
All right.
All right. Well, first I want to say this. Um, if you go and you start listening to Scalarious and then you decide that you like Scalarious and you want like Scalarious merch, okay, you need to go to crowdmade.com/collections/ Scalarious pod. And we have a whole crap ton of fun shirts. There is a shirt that says you can find us together, but we're not a couple. That's me and DW's, I guess, together shirt. You can find my shirt that says I don't mean to offend you, but I don't care if I do. You can find
Nice.
that shirt there. Also, the here's the thing DW Surine shirt. We have hats, we have cups, we have everything. It's all like $30 or less. We even have leashes and collars and a pet dish for your animal. I don't care if it's a dog, if it's a cat, if it's a guinea pig, if it's a ferret. We have leash, we have collar, and we have the pet bowl for that right there
Awesome.
for your hellhounds.
If it's a big enough collar, I'll wear it for you to advertise, but I don't need a leash.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I didn't know if we were going to get into anything that personal there, Rez. Um,
Hey, man.
yeah, I get you.
We talked before. I'm one of them W words.
Oh no, you said it. Podcast horror. That's
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
Hmm.
said. Yeah, yeah. Horror. Anyway,
yeah.
so you asked where you can
Hmm.
find us.
Yes.
Well, you can find DW at DW Surine Comedian on Facebook. You can find me at John Olson Comedian 2.0 on Facebook. You can find us both together on Facebook,
Okay.
but we're not a couple. At the Scalarious page. Also, we do have a TikTok, Scalarious 8. I have no idea what happened to 1 through 7, but whatever. And an Instagram under, guess what? Scalarious.
Scalarious.
There you go.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to, reach out. Reach out to me and say, hey, John, what are you doing? Reach out. Reach out to John and say, listen, baby, listen. I need to know what's happening in the Scalarious universe, baby. See, you could do that by emailing us at scalariouspod@gmail.com. And if you want to listen to every single episode that we have, you can at scalariouspod.buzzsprout.com.
Awesome.
Hey,
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're
Rez, what you
welcome.
got? Rez, what you got going on?
we've already talked about what I got going on this year.
Yeah, well,
Them two
this
events, I haven't booked anymore yet. I'm working on seeing where I'm going to go next.
yeah, we got to talk because I actually screwed up and double booked myself for Saturday. I'm going to be in Minnesota.
This Saturday.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I got to call Jamie Lynn.
Oh, that's gonna be a disappointment.
I know,
We
I
were all
know.
looking for you to be there.
But I'm going to be at the Beyond the Veil Expo in Alexandria, Minnesota this
Oh,
weekend.
nice.
So,
Very cool.
And
yeah.
I'll be down at Jericho investigating.
Without me because I
Yeah.
screwed up my schedule. I need a better secretary, honestly. Like just because the one I have is just, she lets me down a lot.
Fire,
Yeah,
take over, do it yourself.
that's the problem. I am doing it myself.
No, it's the other side of you.
Yeah, it must be my other personality.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this has been a lot of fun. Thank you, John, for coming on. And
Thank you for having me.
yeah, we will be in touch again soon. Thank you,
Yeah, we'll have
everyone,
to
for
bring both
listening.
you guys back sometime.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think DW would be fun on here.
I
He
think
just
so.
sit there and let me, I don't know,
If
verbally.
we bring them on, can we both pick on them the whole time?
I don't. I want that like a lot. I want people
Uh,
to pick on him, and it's not. Listen, I'm not a bully or anything, but he kind
no.
of deserves it. He acts like he's really really nice, but he's not. He's he's
Well,
he's mean to me. He's mean.
I can be totally resi with them and really pick on him.
Uh,
He might come off the show crying.
That would not be good.
oh,
We don't
what?
want
No,
people
we
It's
don't.
fun
crying.
though. It's
We
all
don't
in
want
good
people
humor.
crying. No, if
No, we
people are
don't.
crying, it's not
No,
good humor.
not
That's
DW.
going too
Christina,
far. That's
come
going
on
too
Really?
now.
far.
You've been around enough of us natives now.
I know I grew up on the res. I get it,
Yeah.
but no.
We do it in good humor. We can't help it. He's got soft skin.
Oh
Maybe he's been bleached by the sun too much. I don't know.
no.
No, no, no. We're not gonna torture anybody on this show. Sorry.
Torture's another fun thing, but I wasn't going there. But
That's funny.
little spiritual
Wow.
spanking for you.
There you go. Anyway, hey, follow us, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, tell everybody about this podcast because it's fun and informative. All right. Anything you want to add, Rez?
Stay cool, people. See you next
Awesome.
week.
Thank
We
you,
love
John.
you. Thanks
Thank
for coming
you.
on.
Take care, everyone.
Absolutely.